No, everything's a scam and a psy-op, right? Like, everything. It's all dodgy. It's all crooked. It's all bent. Nothing works the way they told us it's going to work, but yet we still keep rolling the dice. We still keep participating with this garbage. Email from MyGov. New MyGov inbox message. You have a new message from Centrelink in your MyGov inbox. Regards, MyGov team. Do not reply to this, email. my.gov.au. Be aware of scams. Only sign in to MyGov using the official app or by entering the web address in your browser. MyGov won't send you a link asking you to sign in or share your personal information. This email was sent to you because it includes information about your MyGov account. Read our terms of use and privacy policy on the MyGov website. I thought MyGov was safe and secure. I thought all of our details were supposed to be safe and secure on MyGov. Geez, they're only connected to Centrelink, the ATO, it's Australian Taxation Office, our superannuation funds, Medicare, Veterans Affairs, and the list goes on and on. Anything to do with government. And they want us to put all our details into one digital place. I've got an absolute minimum on there that I need, and that's it. And that's it. And that's only because I need it at this point. At some stage, it's got to go away. It has to go away. We need to go back to safe and secure carbon, paper. Carbon's the baddie, remember? Now, I don't know if people are aware or not what referendum is, what a referendum really is and how it's supposed to work. Allow me to retort. A referendum, first they do a poll. You know, like the gay marriage poll that they done and called it a referendum. We didn't have a referendum on the gay marriage. Why? Because lawfully they couldn't do it, because it is not the government's place to say who can and can't get married. It's down to the church. It's down to the institution that marries you. Government never had any right sticking their nose into marriage. Getting married at the council chambers by somebody who's just has the power vested in them to change your wife's name to your last name. That's all it's about, is changing the last name to keep track of people. Anywho's, let's go back to the gay marriage thing. They sent out a postal ballot, they called it. All it was a postal poll. If you get enough numbers to respond to the postal poll, then they can request a referendum, which has to be signed off the Governor-General in the House of Lords, in Britain, in England. We are a colony of Great Britain, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and her colonies. We are a colony of Great Britain, whether you like it or not. In Federation, we was able to sign off in 1900 with our own constitution that was never enacted, so we're still stuck under the 1900 constitution. In 1901, the Governor-General came back and never enacted what he was supposed to do. So we're still under the Constitution of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Australia 1900, signed by Queen Victoria, her heirs and successors. That was the royal seal. Queen Victoria, her heirs and successors. Now, whether you like it or not, stiff, it's what it is. That is what it is. You can't just say, oh, we're not doing that now. Sorry, read your constitution. It has to go to a referendum. If you don't want it, fine. Take it to a referendum, a lawful referendum. This is where we're having problems with this so-called sovereign citizen bullshit. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You're either sovereign or you're a citizen of the state. As I said in another video, from the Roman word citizen, which is a slave with privileges, a servant of the state, who is to do whatever they are told by any legionnaire, any senator, any governor. Any member of Roman council. So we're still doing that, are we? Because they had sex slaves, remember? Are we still doing that? No. So I'm not particularly keen on being a citizen. A citizen. Now, a referendum has to be signed off on to give given the green light, the go ahead, and then we go to a referendum at a ballot with a pen, with ink, not with a pencil. How do you think they're rigging all these elections? How on earth do you think Anthony Albanese won the election with 13% of the vote? 13%. Anyone that's not real good with numbers? That's not enough, okay? I'm not great at sums, but I can figure that out. It's a rigged election system. It's a rigged referendum system. It's all rigged. We never had a referendum on gay marriage. Any law that is to be enacted, taken away, or changed has to go through referenda, a process of referenda. Because originally, our Constitution is called the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Australia, or the Commonwealth Constitution of Australia. Okay? The government of the Commonwealth of Australia. The constitutional government of the Commonwealth of Australia. Not the Commonwealth government. See how they've subversed that, usurped it? They've just with tricking us with words. Oh, they're the Commonwealth government. No, it's supposed to be the government of the Commonwealth. If you sit and ponder on that for a minute, they are two very different meanings. I'm not the greatest at English literature by old school standards. I'm pretty average. By today's standards, I'm outstanding because they don't teach English literature at all anymore. They don't teach it. So the whole gay marriage thing was a psy-op. Psy-op. For what? To see if we would allow them to implement laws now without a lawful referendum. Because we didn't allow them to do it in 1988 and 1992 by enacting the Local Government Act, transferring power from our state representatives to council, allowing council to wield the power that the state government has, and state government was given extra powers, apparently, without asking us, without us enacting it, without asking the Commonwealth from which their powers and authority derives. So they backdoored it through state parliaments. They backdoored the transfer of authority from state to council through state parliaments because we voted no. Twice. Not once, but twice. 1988 and 1992. Go look it up. Go and look it up. It's there. You'll find it. Just get on that little Google thing. Even Google you'll still find it on Google. I found it yesterday. Just to prove that it's still there. So now we'll accept a postal ballot where not everybody votes as a referendum. A whole bunch of people never participated in it. Same as the yes to Parliament vote. That wasn't a vote, it was a poll. Not everybody participated in it. But geez, it must have had a poor result considering they still didn't go ahead with it. Now they're using the state parliaments to sneak it in through our councils in bits and pieces. We're getting the yes to Parliament, don't you worry. You know what that is? It's a transfer of wealth and rights from the Aboriginal people to the United Nations. They're trying to get us to sign everything over to the United Nations. We never allowed the United Nations. We was never asked if we wanted to join United Nations. We are not a member of United Nations, I'm sorry. So they have to sneak everything through. They're sneaking it through in their own little sneaky bloody ways to make us subservient to the United Nations. Who's heard of the Lima agreements? Supposedly to lift the third world developing countries up to a standard that we were living at in the 1970s and 80s. Geez, how's that going? Because I remember what it was like in the 70s and 80s. We were living a damn sight better than we are now. Seems more like we have been dropped down to their standards. And they're living a better life than us now. Look at China. They might have a whole bunch of draconian, dystopian, technocratic jackboots standing over them. But their economy's way bigger than ours. They're the second biggest economy in the world, but they're still labelled as a third world developing country. Developing my ass. They're developed. We look like the poor kid on the block compared to them. What's it going to take? How big a percentage of this country, of this Commonwealth, has to become homeless? How big a percentage of the Commonwealth has to become homeless before the Commonwealth stands up to a belligerent government? I mean, we've seen their form. I used to be a great fighter once. I'm old now. But we've seen their form. You say boo at them, they'll probably pee their pants. Look at Anthony Albanese. Oh, somebody put a death threat about me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I can't even go get me dog food now. What a poof. What a pansy. What, never had a death threat before, Albo. Get used to it, mate. I reckon you'll get a few more. No one likes you. This is not a threat from me whatsoever. I don't like violence at all. I don't condone death threats. I've had plenty myself. I've had people tell me they're going to take me up the bush, put me in a hole, whatever. Because they were cuckoo. At the moment, I've got a queer lesbian running around accusing me of being a pedo to me kids. Geez, that's funny. Their mum doesn't live with us, but they chose to live with me. They chose to live with me. Yeah, I've really done things to my kids. Way to go, Georgie. This is coming from a person that stabbed herself, fighting over a homeless dude with her girlfriend. I don't even know how to get my head around that one. Yeah. It's like this. Have you got kids? That was a pretty selfish thing to do, wasn't it? To bring kids into the world. I admit exactly the same thing. It's a pretty damn selfish thing to do. Do you feel any guilt for it? Because I do. I feel a lot of guilt and a lot of remorse for what they're going to go through because none of you will stand up. If you're not willing to sacrifice a few things on your feet, they're going to spend their life on their knees. the whole digital ID thing is irrelevant. Did you think of that? Have you really thought on that? Oh, if you don't have this, you can't work. If you don't have that, you can't work. Fine, let's not work. Let's turn the country on its head. Just the government's gone. The bankers, the banking system falls over. It all falls over. And if you don't belong here, go back home and fix your own problems in your own country. Go on, piss off. We don't want you. If you're going to do the right thing and help us rebuild with our stuff that we already own, we own this country. It's ours. We built it, not the grubs in suits. We did. We've got a pretty good starting point. If we choose our own reset right now. Our reset, not theirs. Just think about it. Just think about it. Do you want to be the rotten apple? Because eventually it'll come to that. Eventually it'll come to that. Do you want to be the rotten apples that we turf out of the box? So that we don't turn rotten again? Because that's the only way we're going to do it if we're going to stay righteous, lawful. The rotten apples have got to go. Get out of the box. We can't have you, sorry, you can't stay. Because you'll turn the rest of the box rotten again. Anyway, that's my wake up thought for the morning. I'll probably do a couple more through the day. I've been smashing them lately. Yeah, I went through some shit with them, with the fluorescent army the other day. You should have just left me alone. I was almost pulled my head in and gone away. I was almost. All you did is re-lick me wick. That's all you have done. You created a monster for yourselves. Now, good morning and God bless.